breaking news. So Russell Westbrook of the Houston Rockets is now going to be traded, and he's getting swapped, going over to Washington for John Wall and a first-round pick. Initial reaction, kind of first thing about this, I don't like this move for either of the teams. I don't think this is, an up or down move. I think this is more horizontal, side to side. This is really getting nowhere for both of them. If Russell Westbrook, I expected him, in the best case scenario, if he was going to go to the New York Knicks and be the man out there and have the fashion, the glamour, the spotlight. I also thought he could have probably got swapped for Paul George and he could have gone to the Clippers, or maybe he could have had a big three with Paul George, Kawhi, and Russ. Different scenarios were out there. Maybe even the Charlotte Hornets was the throwing around. I wasn't too crazy about that one, but I didn't expect really too much of this direction. Now, the market was pretty much depleted and there wasn't a high demand for Russ. With that big contract and how he didn't really fit with a lot of teams and contenders, let alone some other poverty franchises as well. So the Washington Wizards, they've had John Wall pretty much injured for a year and a half, and they want to get him out of there, starting something fresh and clean with Bradley Beal, because that's their go-to guy. So I kind of get it with the Wizards side of things. I thought they were going to run it back with John Wall and Bradley Beal. If not that, blow it up. But since they're keeping Bradley Beal, they brought in Russ. So Russ wants the ball in his hands. Bradley Beal's not as ball dominant as James Harden, so it's going to be good for Russ. He's going to average a triple-double. He's in the Eastern Conference, so he's easily going to make the All-Star team, let alone I expect him to average a triple-double. The Wizards will be in the playoffs. Now they just got to make a couple more moves to pretty much put the right team surrounding those guys and those players. For the Houston Rockets side of things, I don't like it. If you're going to trade Russ, you got to trade him for more first-round picks, let alone some young guys in cap space. You do have John Wall in that big contract still. And right now, the Houston Rockets, you're in a weird position. Do you play John Wall, James Harden, and DeMarcus Cousins to start the season? Or are they actually looking more leverage to trade Harden later in the season? I don't know what's going on right now in Houston. They need to blow it up because you have the Suns coming up. You have the Warriors coming back into the playoffs, hopefully. You have the Pelicans, you have potentially the Suns, as well. The Suns, of course. Maybe the Wolves. So you have a bunch of younger teams coming up. If you're the Rockets, you got to blow it up. You got to blow everything up right now. There's no reason to keep Harden and put John Wall in that little experiment 2.0. Not going to jump the gun. Let's see what more news come out and how the Rockets are going to handle their franchise and their team, because they are trying to ship away James Harden if it's the right pieces, but the market says otherwise. Another thing with Russ, he's going to be reunited with Scott Brooks, so that'll be kind of cool. This is a win for Russell Westbrook. I mean, it would have been more of a win if he went to the Knicks, but the Wizards is actually a pretty cool piece. I really like Russ if he's paired with a scoring wing. Bradley Beal is a 2, and he's a combo guard, but he'll still get it done. Russ will have a good time in Washington, man. They're going to make the playoffs, triple-double, all-star team for him. And as well as when it comes to the Rockets and James Harden, that's just an L on their part. Let's see a little more recovers on this. Let me know what your guys' thoughts. We'll kick it up.